Hey everyone, it's Dr. Elizabeth. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you guys are here. And I have a really exciting announcement. We hit 1,000 subscribers. I know, in the grand scheme of things, that sounds so little for all of you really big YouTubers out there. But I just relaunched my channel and it happened very quickly, so I'm really excited and I want to extend a very heartfelt and loving thank you to each one of you who subscribed and who've left beautiful comments. I'm building a community here, showing people that age is not something to be afraid of. I'm also showing people how to be healthy and fierce and strong and vibrant and happy and successful and all the things we dream of being and having at any age. And so it's all based on my book, Skinny Dipping in the Fountain of Youth, and all of the, I'm 58 years young, and I'm using all of the information that I've garnered over the past 58 years on this planet. So today, what I'd like to talk about is why willpower alone doesn't work, and how to actually have the body and health that you desire, and more importantly, that you deserve. Everybody, these physical body temples are the only ones we get. It's not like a car. We can run it into the ground, we don't take care of it, and then we just go get another one. This is it. And so if we want to live long, happy, healthy, strong, vibrant, successful lives, it's important to take care of the container that carries us through this life. So that's my desire for you guys. So today, let's talk about why willpower doesn't work, and more importantly, how we can have this body that we desire and we deserve. Why doesn't willpower alone work? If you think about it, pretty much in everything in life, willpower alone never sustains us. No matter if it's in the gym, if it's in your career, be it in corporate America or as an entrepreneur in something you're wanting to create, in relationships, forcefully pushing against never ever works. I mean, think about it. Do you want to create in your life by taking a massive bowling ball and trying to shove it up a mountain? Or would you rather just go to the top of the mountain and let everything roll and flow? So what we're going to talk about today is how to create from a place of flow, flowing and getting in sync with the universe. Let's break down in terms of eating, especially health of the body and eating, why willpower doesn't work. And the main reason is we're talking about food addiction. And I'm not just talking about food addictions in the sense of anorexia, bulimia, body dysmorphia, things like that. Although I do see a lot of clients who are working with these challenges, and I work with a lot of people working with these challenges. What I'm talking about is literally almost all of the processed junk food that most people eat and that are part of the standard American diet is filled with highly addictive foods. So it's almost impossible to enforce our will up against that kind of addiction, food addiction. And food, it's really food intolerance as well. And here's the other thing. Why would you want to do it? It's just so much effort and it's just not fun. And so it's really a struggle. So let's talk about how we can shift that. So I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos, I really admire J.J. Virgin, and one of the things she discovered in her working in doctor's offices for years and working with clients is that there are 7 major food intolerances, or food addictions we could call them, that most people have. And that's what's causing people to have such dis-ease in the body, overweight, health problems, I mean, you name it. Food pretty much is the source of all of our physical challenges. I mean, truly, we are, in essence, what we eat, what we think, who we choose to spend all of our precious time with. So as we shift those things, as we shift what we eat, as we shift what we think, and as we shift who we choose to spend our time with, we begin to have extraordinary lives. So that's what I'm all about, and that's what this channel is all about. So with regard to these 7 foods, there's 2 ways we can address those food intolerances and shift your body from one of, it might be dis-ease in the body, it might be a disease, or it just might be at this point not your body is overweight or out of shape or not in the size, shape, and form that you know it could be and that you want it to be. So I'm going to mention what these 7 foods are, and I'm also going to put them in the description box below. And then we're going to talk about the ways we can pull those out of your diet. There's 2 ways to do it, and how you can begin to have a healthier body when we incorporate new ways of eating. And the 7, that would be 8. The 7 foods that cause the most food intolerances are gluten, soy, eggs, dairy, corn, peanut, and sugar. Gluten, dairy, soy, eggs, corn, peanuts, sugar. So basically, it's the standard American diet. And you toss in all the chemicals and all the processed junk on top of that, it's a recipe for disaster. And so that's why most people are not in the size, shape, and form and health that they would like to be. So how do we take these 7 foods out of the diet? We can do it one of 2 ways. It's kind of like taking a Band-Aid off, and it's kind of like jumping in the pool. You can either just rip the Band-Aid off quickly, or you can do it slowly. Both ways work. What I see is the challenge though, and this is what most people do, is they get in a loop, and so they never really take the Band-Aid off or never really step fully into the pool or the ocean. And they're stuck in this loop of going to do it and then finding it's too painful and then running back to just this way of eating that is making them sick, but at least it's not as painful as the cold jump into the pool, the shocking jump into the pool, or the rip of the Band-Aid coming off. So what I see people doing a lot of the time is they'll go and try to eat healthier, and I know in my interview with former football player Larry Atkins, we were talking about this. It's not easy when we are accustomed, if people are accustomed to eating this highly addictive food that is so bad for us, but incredibly addictive, to come off that. Sugar is more addictive than heroin, and it's a completely legal drug. And so when people try to come off this food, it is very challenging. So one of the things I suggest is to have some sort of support system. Do it with some friends, do it with your beloved, do it with your family. Have people around you who are really lovingly supporting you and that you are accountable to. And that makes it a lot easier. Let's go back to the jumping in the pool and the ripping off the Band-Aid. So what most people do is they go to try this and it just becomes too painful. So instead of riding it out, either slowly, the second way I told you guys, you can do this slowly, or doing it quickly, which is the way I recommend. To me, my philosophy is if I'm going to change something, I don't want to wait. I would rather just rip that Band-Aid off right away and let me step into better health. But I've learned over the years in working with people that some people like to move slowly when it comes to this, other people like to move quickly. Either way, I fully support and fully respect. The hard part is most people get caught in that loop. So they go to try it and they find it too painful, and then they run back to the old way of eating. And then they find that that's either you'll get in a health crisis that's so severe that you have to do something, or you'll just become so overweight you can't tolerate it anymore, or you'll just feel so lethargic and numb. These food intolerances cause headaches, they cause a sense of numbness in the body. Sometimes people will come to me, and it's not that they're in a state of disease, and it's not that they're particularly overweight. They literally will say to me, I can't feel my body. I cannot feel my life. I know I should be excited about my life, but I just can't. I can't feel it, I can't enjoy it. And it's because of the numbing effects, in part. There's other aspects of life as well that will contribute to it. But in a large part, it's because of the numbing effect that food intolerances have on people's lives and on people's physical bodies. So what I love to do with people is take them through the process of getting rid of these foods and incorporating healthier foods into their life. And all of a sudden what happens with my clients, I've seen this thousands of times, I've seen this, is all of a sudden they become awake. They have this innate level of joy in their life. They feel more love than they felt in a very long time. They're passionate about their life. They're excited about their day. They can't wait to get up in the morning. That sense of dullness that is present in a lot of people's lives, and lack of passion and just kind of this mundane flat line just disappears when we begin nourishing our body with foods that we were meant to eat. Back to the 2 ways of the eating. So you can decide if you want to rip the Band-Aid off quickly. What I recommend is a juice cleanse. In the description box below, I'm going to put a link to a company that walks you through the juice processes. They're amazing. I love them and I highly recommend it. So you can use that. You can do it on your own, of course. And then the second way is going slowly. So what does that mean, to go slowly? Because I can hear a lot of you going, yeah, I picked the second way. Let's go slowly, Dr. Elizabeth. So going slowly means if you guys watched my video, Small Changes Equals Miraculous Results, this is the technique I'm talking about. So when you wake up in the morning, instead of having the typical eggs or oatmeal or for some people it might even be sausage, bacon, things like that, all foods that are not only highly addictive but really not good for the body. And what ends up happening is that if you just replace that breakfast either with a superfood smoothie or raw green juice, it's still, you're going to have a little bit of detoxing, nothing like a raw green juice cleanse, but it's still a little bit. But you're also going to have so much more energy. And you just start there. Just start there for a couple of days. Then what's going to happen is your body's going to start feeling better after a couple of days, and you're going to be like, wow, I have more energy. Wow, I feel better. I feel more creative. I feel more awake. I don't feel so dull. And then the other thing I recommend is get rid of that coffee. I'm gonna do a whole YouTube video on coffee. I know I can hear all of you guys screaming at me right now. I can't live without my coffee. Coffee is one of the worst things for us. It makes me crazy every time. I'm not gonna name the names, but I see these different places where they sell very expensive coffee. People are lined up down the street. I'm like, I just want to roll down my window and say, save your $5 or $6 or $7 and go get yourself a really delicious raw green juice. It's way better for you. So if you can, begin to replace your coffee with a green juice. I did this with my roommate, who literally was addicted to coffee when we first moved in together, and she was just like, it's not gonna happen. She probably put the coffee pot, bam, right down here. She's like, don't touch it. Don't even talk to me. It's my coffee. It's in the morning. I need it. I want it. That's it. And so I said, cool, that's fine. What if you can have that coffee, but have a green juice first. And what I did was I added ginger, which gives it a really nice kick to the juice. So I added ginger to the juice, that coffee pot. The whole time I was making her green juices, when I make one for myself, I made one for her as well. The whole time I was making green juices, that coffee pot was never turned on. So give it a try if you're willing. It's a fantastic way to kick the coffee habit. And take that money and spend it on something. Go get a massage for yourself, or go treat yourself to, I don't know, a great night out with your family or your loved ones. Okay, next. So then what happens is you start with the breakfast. Then you get rid of the coffee. Then the next thing to go will be, you might just decide, wow, I'm feeling so much better. Let me go ahead and get rid of meat. And I'm gonna give a shout out to my very, very dear friends, Shad and Ciliana. Mwah, I love you guys, and we had an amazing conversation. I've been on Shad for forever to give up meat. They're beautiful inside and out, stunningly beautiful couple. And I could see literally energetically with Shad, he was getting to be the age where I could see the meat really doing a lot of damage to his body, and it wasn't serving him. It wasn't. He's beautifully 6'6", his beautiful body, healthy, strong, and it wasn't enhancing his physique or enhancing his body or any other part of his life at all. And I kept on dropping little hints. And so the other day he said, "Doc, I can't believe it." He said, "We gave him meat." And of course, Ciliana's been eating healthy. She's stunningly gorgeous. She's been eating healthy for a while. But I'm proud of you, Shad. Congratulations. I love both of you guys very much. So if Shad can do it, you guys can do it too. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to do an interview with them because it's nice to have people to see that, you know, it's not just me talking. I've been doing this, eating healthy my whole life. When you see other people embracing what I teach and the way I eat and the way I live, it's much more inspiring than just listening to me. So next time I think I'm going to do that with you guys. To wrap up, the second mode of switching the way we eat is little by little, just like with Shad, he started giving up meat. The next, he started to incorporate more greens. And so what happens is, before you know it, the healthier you eat, the healthier you want to eat. And so this very lovely progression happens where you're just beginning to eat healthier, feeling better about your body, and it just becomes this natural process where you want to eat healthier because you feel so good about yourself. So I'm also going to give a shout out to my beautiful friend Bob, who I saw in the gym this morning, and I promised you, Bob, he gave me this idea. So the next time I'm going to do a video on what to do when you go out to restaurants and how to prevent overeating at restaurants and how to be able to choose healthy foods, even when you're at a restaurant that isn't, let's say, a healthy restaurant or a vegan or a plant-based raw vegan restaurant. So I promise you, Bob, we're gonna do that one next time. So in the meantime, if you guys have any questions, I know this is a lot. This is a lot of information. And not only that, it's a lot to embrace. People have been eating in ways, the standard American diet, in ways that aren't healthy for a really long time. So I know it's a lot. Start where you're at. You can start slowly. You can do what I do, rip the Band-Aid off fast. It doesn't matter. Just begin and really do your best to avoid the loop. Oh, that's what I was going to say. There's one more thing about this loop I wanted to tell you guys. If you rip the Band-Aid off fast, you're in pain for, if you know, we're going to be realistic, for 1 or 2 days. If you just do the juice cleanse, the first 2 days are rough, and then you feel amazing, better than you've ever felt in your life, and then from then on it's smooth sailing. If you go slower, it's just a little bit of a slower process, but you're, you know, slowly but surely feeling better every single day, and that's amazing. But this loop that I was telling you about, where you go to start to do it and then you come back to the unhealthy way of eating, you're in a constant state of pain because you're going through that painful process of looping around again and again, trying to get started. And that's where the painful part is, in the beginning. And so for those who keep looping around and not moving forward, either slowly or quickly, as I suggest, they're constantly in the state of pain. And that's never any fun. And over here, eating, you know, the standard American diet, that's really painful. It's like this slow, dull death. Really? Marianne Williamson has this gorgeous quote. I'm paraphrasing, but I'll put the quote in at the bottom. She said, "I would rather endure the sharp pains of growth and expansion in my life than the dull ache of living a mediocre life." And really, that's the same with eating as it is with living a great life. You're either going to feel this dull nullness as you sit in that standard American diet, eating addictive foods, eating foods that we're naturally intolerant to, and getting sicker and sicker and sicker. It's a really dangerous path to go down, and I've seen it time and time again with people, and I don't want that to happen to you guys. So make the choice today. It's a very self-loving choice to make. Make the choice to step either slowly or quickly into beautiful health. the icing on the cake, trust me. People, you know, it's like you do it for the health, but the icing on the cake is this beautiful body. You'll be in better shape than you've been your whole life. You'll feel more amazing. You'll have more energy. You'll glow. You'll attract more of what you want to you. You'll manifest more money, more career opportunities, beautiful, loving relationships. It's just all across the board. It just gets better. So I recommend come skinny dip in the fountain of youth with all of us over here. It's really fun over here. All right, you guys, so that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy the content I'm producing, I'm committed to doing a video a week, so please subscribe so you'll know exactly when they come out. And I would love you guys to be a part of this beautiful community that we're creating. And if you really liked it, please share it with a loved one and give them the gift of health and vibrancy and strength and youthfulness as well. So until next week, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Mwah. Happy skinny dipping in the fountain of youth. Ciao.